So we're looking at maintenance of knives. The first thing we want to do actually is to just secure the board with a cloth so the board doesn't move around. And broadly speaking, there's two types of knives. Okay, so we've got a stainless steel knife, which is rust proof, dishwasher proof, fairly utilitarian. And then we've got a carbon steel knife, which essentially is about 3 or 4 times sharper than this one. The carbon steel is a lot more brittle. It's not dishwasher safe, and it's prone to rusting if it's not maintained properly. Essentially, once you've lost the edge on the knife, no amount of this will help. So you have to put the edge back on, okay? So with a stainless knife, a tool like this is the best bet. So you're trying to create the edge, which can then be tweaked with the steel. So it's a case of just laying it down and just drawing it through. Wants to be symmetrical on both sides. And then you can just tweak it on here. So this is just to remove any of the filings and just even it up. If you're not confident with that, you can do it away from you, or even start basically just drawing it through in that form. The angle is about 30 degrees. Okay. With a carbon steel knife, because of the brittleness of the steel, you want to avoid both of those. And we use a whetstone to sharpen the blade in sections. Okay, so the best practice here is just to put your little finger underneath and then just reduce that again by about half, so it's quite shallow, and then just very carefully, nice continuous action up and down. You'll be able to see straight away where it becomes shiny. So it depends how often you do this as to how long it takes, but it's probably about a 10-minute job. So up and down in sections. All the way to the end. So the whetstone just needs regular soaking in water. So we've got a tray of water there. If you go too shallow, what you end up doing is making a very sharp blade, but it's super brittle and it will just snap off. And obviously if you go too acute, you're not going to get that edge. So it's just a little bit of practice really. But the benefit of a carbon steel knife is that, you know, it's sort of sushi grade sharp. It's absolutely beautiful to use. So you'll probably have a combination of knives. You'll probably have a cook's knife of a couple of different sizes, one for doing your main prep potentially, and then one for doing your final slices and cuts. Perhaps a bread knife, a filleting knife, and a paring knife. So you don't need to go crazy with a big roll of knives. So you can see that it's working quite nicely. We've got lots of filings on there. And the ultimate test with this is just to use a piece of paper. And it should just cut through really nicely. So the difference with this one, it shouldn't be quite as sharp. Just gets a little bit stuck. Pretty sharp, but not nearly as sharp as this one.